The hidden meaning behind RM and Bang Si-hyuk's public reunion. In a realm where the rhythms of K-pop unexpectedly harmonize with the pulse of global trade, two visionaries from the heart of Seoul's entertainment empire have just ignited a spark that could redefine cultural diplomacy across the Pacific. Imagine the ancient whispers of Gyeongju's storied hills mingling with the electric buzz of boardroom ambitions. This is the stage where Bang Si-hyuk, the architect behind HYBE's meteoric rise, and RM, the introspective soul steering BTS through uncharted waters, made their entrance on a crisp October morning in 2025. It's the kind of convergence that sends a thrill through you, a reminder that true innovation often blooms at the intersection of art and ambition, leaving you wondering just how far this fusion might echo. The opening ceremony of the APEC CEO Summit unfolded like a meticulously choreographed performance at the Gyeongju Arts Center, a venue that itself feels like a bridge between Korea's storied past and its bold future, with its sleek modern lines echoing the curves of nearby ancient tombs. Held in the cradle of Silla Kingdom heritage, Gyeongju, after all, is no ordinary backdrop. It's a UNESCO World Heritage site dotted with celestial pagodas like Bulguksa Temple and the ethereal Seokguram Grotto, where stone Buddhas gaze eternally over blooming cherry blossoms. The event drew titans of industry from 21 Asia-Pacific economies under the summit's evocative theme, Bridge, Business, Beyond. Bang Si-hyuk, with his trademark intensity softened by a rare, unguarded smile, arrived alongside RM, their shared presence turning heads and sparking murmurs among attendees who might have expected suits and spreadsheets, but not this infusion of star power. There's something profoundly moving about seeing these two, mentor and protege, shoulder to shoulder. It evokes a quiet nostalgia for the underdog days when HYBE was just a fledgling dream. And you can't shake the warmth of imagining the late-night strategy sessions that built this unbreakable bond. As the ceremony wrapped, with speeches on AI's transformative edge and semiconductors' role in a carbon-neutral tomorrow hanging in the air, the duo seamlessly transitioned to the third floor, where HYBE's promotional booth awaited like a portal to the company's audacious odyssey. Operating through October 31st in perfect sync with the summit's rhythm, the booth isn't merely a display, it's a living testament to HYBE's alchemy, turning raw talent into a worldwide phenomenon. Bright-eyed and animated, Bang and RM wandered its expanse, pausing to absorb holographic timelines that trace HYBE's evolution from a modest Seoul startup in 2005, founded by Bang himself as Big Hit Entertainment, to a colossus rebranded in 2021 with a market cap that rivals tech behemoths. The exhibits pulse with energy, looping videos of BTS's stadium-shaking anthems like Dynamite and Butter, which shattered records by topping Billboard charts for weeks and injecting billions into Korea's economy through sheer fan fervor. It's exhilarating to stand in their shoes, even vicariously, feeling that rush of vindication as each milestone flickers by. The 2013 survival show that birthed BTS, the 2020 IPO that minted HYBE as Korea's first K-pop unicorn, the audacious 2021 acquisition of Ithaca Holdings for $1 billion, folding in stars like Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber under the HYBE umbrella. One feels a swell of admiration for Bang's foresight, that unyielding belief in youth culture as a currency stronger than any stock ticker. Delving deeper into the booth's narrative, the focus sharpens on HYBE's global sprawl, visualized through interactive maps pinpointing its 6 regional headquarters that form a constellation of influence. The nerve center in Seoul's Gangnam district, buzzing with A&R wizards scouting the next big sound. The Los Angeles outpost in the shadow of Hollywood, where HYBE America orchestrates crossovers with Western heavyweights. Tokyo's hub, pulsing with J-pop synergies via partnerships with Avex. London's creative forge, blending Britpop edges with K-wave flair. Sao Paulo's vibrant Latin American arm, tapping into reggaeton rhythms and massive fan bases. and Beijing's strategic foothold, navigating China's vast digital landscapes despite regulatory mazes. These aren't just pins on a map. They're lifelines. Each headquarters a testament to HYBE's mantra of localization, where Korean ingenuity adapts to local beats, from collaborating with Brazilian artists on samba-infused tracks to co-producing UK garage remixes of 17 hits. Wandering those displays, RM's thoughtful nods and Bang's animated gestures paint a picture of quiet triumph. It's heart-stirring. This shared gaze at an empire built not on conquest, but connection, leaving you with a profound sense of possibility, as if the booth itself whispers, "The world is your stage, if you dare to rehearse." Beyond the visuals, the booth cradles tangible talismans of fandom's fierce loyalty. Official light sticks, those glowing wands that transform arenas into seas of purple for BTS's ARMY, or oceans of pink for Twice's Once. Each one an engineered marvel, with LED choreography syncing to songs like Yet to Come. Holding one, though we can only imagine the weight in their hands, evokes a pang of collective joy, the kind that binds millions across time zones in midnight cheers during online streams. HYBE's curation here feels almost reverent, underscoring how these artifacts aren't mere merchandise, but symbols of a participatory revolution, where fans co-author the narrative through global fan projects like the 2022 FIFA World Cup performance that united stadiums in Seoul's spirit. It's impossible not to feel a twinge of envy for the attendees who chatted with Bang and RM amid these glows, their laughter cutting through the summit's formality like a surprise encore, reminding us that beneath the corporate sheen lies the raw human spark of creativity that makes HYBE's story so irresistibly alive. RM's elevation to keynote speaker later that day cemented the moment's gravity. His address in the Grand Hall, a masterclass in weaving personal poetry with planetary stakes, all while becoming the first K-pop artist to grace this forum, a milestone that hums with the quiet rebellion of youth claiming elder spaces. Titled something akin to Building Bridges in the APEC Region, the Soft Power of K-Culture, his words danced like a freestyle rap over economic beats, likening K-pop's eclectic fusion to bibimbap, that glorious Korean bowl where kimchi's tang clashes deliciously with gochujang's fire and rice's comfort, urging leaders to invest in cultural diversity as the ultimate trade accelerator. Diversity isn't just a buzzword, he might have intoned, his voice steady yet laced with that signature RM vulnerability, drawing from BTS's own tapestry of 7 voices from varied walks, from Jungkook's dance precision to Suga's lyrical grit, proving how inclusivity fuels innovation in an AI-driven era. Listening to echoes of his speech, one feels a deep resonance, a validation of art's insurgent power. It's as if RM, fresh from military service that honed his introspection during BTS's 2022-2025 hiatus, channeled the quiet discipline of barracks life into a call for sustainable ecosystems where content creators thrive, not just survive. In a summit shadowed by geopolitical tensions, think US-China chip wars or climate pacts teetering on brinkmanship, his plea for cultural bridges lands like a bomb, inspiring a hopeful ache for dialogues that heal divides. This appearance, timed amid the APEC leaders' meeting's prelude from October 31st to November 1st, amplifies HYBE's ethos as articulated in their subtle booth manifesto, evolving beyond K-pop's glitter to steward a global cultural vanguard, fostering ecosystems where AI tools democratize music production and blockchain safeguards artist royalties. Picture the booth's closing loop, a montage of Le Seraphim's fierce choreo in Tokyo Dome, or New Jeans' viral Y2K vibes conquering TikTok from LA studios. Each clip, a brick in that sustainable edifice, where HYBE's Weverse platform connects 10 million monthly users in real-time translations, turning passive listeners into active co-creators. Bang's presence, touring with RM, underscores this vision's paternal pride. There's a tenderness in how he lingers over exhibits of HYBE's philanthropic arms, like the 2023 BTS Love Myself campaign with UNICEF that raised $3.5 million for youth empowerment, or HYBE's carbon-neutral pledges aligning with APEC's green agendas. It stirs a reflective warmth, this glimpse of stewardship. Bang, once a producer tweaking hooks in dim studios, now guiding a fleet that sails cultural currents. His enthusiasm infectious as he engages summit delegates in sidebar chats about fan economies rivaling GDP contributors. Yet, woven into this tapestry of ascent are threads of recent tempests that lend the moment an undercurrent of resilience, a humanizing grit that makes the triumph sweeter. Bang Si-hyuk, still navigating a travel ban imposed in August 2025 over allegations tied to the Capital Markets Act, stemming from probes into HYBE's 2020 IPO maneuvers and alleged insider trades that swirled like a K-drama plot twist, chose this global stage to reaffirm his commitment, his steps unburdened by speculation. It's poignant, almost defiant, to see him here in Gyeongju's embrace, far from Seoul's scrutiny, channeling focus into forward strides. One senses the steel in his resolve, a founder's fire tempered by trials, emerging not diminished, but deepened. Similarly, RM, barely 2 weeks removed from backlash over his demeanor at W Korea's October 15th Love Your W Gala, a breast cancer awareness event that veered into perceived frivolity with champagne toasts and star-studded revelry amid survivor stories, stepped forward undeterred. Netizens decried the optics, the event's glossy veneer clashing with its solemn intent. But RM's poise at APEC whispers of growth, his speech a subtle reclamation of narrative. There's an empathetic pull in witnessing this. Celebrities, for all their armor, grapple with the same scrutiny we all do. And RM's grace, perhaps honed by penning verses like Mono that bear his soul, feels like a quiet victory, reminding us that redemption arcs are written in persistence, not perfection. Gyeongju itself amplifies this layered drama, its regional heartbeat in Gyeongsangbuk-do province pulsing with a pride that's both humble and fierce, a counterpoint to Seoul's frenzy. As Korea's ancient capital from 57 BCE to 935 CE, it's a living museum where Anokjipon's moonlit reflections once inspired kings. And today, it scrambles to host APEC's luminaries, rumors swirl of President Trump's fiery luncheon address, or Xi Jinping's measured diplomacy, while fall foliage carpets the paths to Wolji Pond, drawing 13,000 hotel rooms booked solid in a 6-mile radius. Hosting here isn't logistics, it's legacy, blending Silla's gold crowns with Summit's silicon dreams. And Bang and RM's visit feels symbiotically right, their energy infusing the locale with youthful verve. Strolling those booth-adjacent halls, one imagines the duo pausing for a Hanok tea break, RM perhaps musing on how Gyeongju's enduring artifacts mirror HYBE's timeless tracks. Spring Day, with its aching nostalgia, could soundtrack a twilight tour of Chumsongdae Observatory, Korea's oldest astronomical tool. It's these serendipitous layers that enchant, evoking a gentle wanderlust, a desire to lose oneself in the city's fusion of eras, much like HYBE loses boundaries in its global groove. Expanding on HYBE's blueprint, the booth's emphasis on those 6 headquarters isn't hyperbole. It's a strategic mosaic, each node a launchpad for tailored conquests. In LA, HYBE's 2021 Ithaca buyout birthed Source Music collabs with Doja Cat, while Tokyo's outpost fueled Illit's Japan debut, selling out Nippon Budokan in hours. London's team scouts grime influences for TXT's experimental edges. Sao Paulo ignites Latin tours grossing $50 million annually, and Beijing's ventures, post-2021 approvals, stream and hypen to Weibo's billions. This decentralization, coupled with HYBE's 2025 push into AI via subsidiaries like HYBE IM, positions it as a content fortress, where algorithms curate playlists blending BTS's microcosmos with local folk revivals, all while pledging net zero by 2030 through solar-powered studios. Bang's chats with attendees, RM at his side, likely delved into these synergies, perhaps touching on how K-Culture's $12.5 billion export value in 2024 bolsters APEC trade flows. It's invigorating, this intellectual tango. You feel the electric hum of ideas colliding, a testament to why HYBE doesn't just make music, it architects movements. RM's milestone, as the vanguard K-pop voice in these halls, ripples outward, echoing his 2018 UN laureate speech on self-love that reached 2 billion views, or BTS's Grammy nods that cracked Western fortresses. Here, amid sessions on digital transformation, where speakers dissect blockchain's role in royalty transparency, or VR concerts slashing carbon footprints, his bibimbap metaphor lands with poetic precision, advocating for policies that fund cultural R&D akin to semiconductor subsidies. It's the first such invitation for a K-pop figure, but hardly accidental. APEC's 2025 agenda spotlights soft power, recognizing how Hallyu waves influence everything from tourism booms in Jeju, up 30% post-crash landing on you, to youth entrepreneurship in Manila, inspired by Run BTS. Episodes. One can't help but beam with vicarious pride, sensing RM's quiet thrill. The boy from Ilsan, once rhyming in school notebooks, now schooling CEOs on empathy's ROI. His words a bridge from Busan's shipyards to Vancouver's tech parks. As the day fades into Gyeongju's lantern-lit evenings, with the booth's lights still aglow till Halloween's Eve, Bang and RM's joint foray lingers like an afterglow concert riff. Their interactions, casual handshakes with Filipino execs eyeing HYBE Philippines expansions, or nods to Australian delegates on joint fan events, wove HYBE into the summit's fabric, spotlighting how its artist-led model, with input councils for groups like ATEEZ, fosters loyalty that outpaces any ad campaign. Amid APEC's broader chorus, Trump's protectionist barbs clashing with Yoon Suk-yeol's inclusive overtures, sessions unpacking supply chain resilience post-COVID, their presence injects levity, a reminder that economies thrive on stories, not spreadsheets alone. It's soul-nourishing, this blend, in a year of flux, from HYBE's stock dips amid feud echoes to BTS's post-enlistment renaissance with a teased 2026 album. Their poise radiates unshakable core. Reflecting on the controversies that frame this chapter, there's a bittersweet depth. Bang's ban, a procedural shadow over a man whose chicken noodle soup remix with Becky G went viral in 2019, teaching resilience through rhythm. RM's Gala Flack, a fleeting storm for an artist whose Indigo album in 2022 explored identity's blues with raw eloquence. Yet, here in Gyeongju's timeless arms, they embody rebound. Their booth tour a subtle act of defiance, engaging participants in visions of equitable content worlds where AI aids, not supplants, human spark. HYBE's statement rings true. This isn't promotion, it's proclamation. A stake in leading cultural tides towards sustainability. From eco-tours mimicking BTS's permission to dance on stage zero-waste ethos to global scholarships via the HYBE Foundation. In the summit's after hours, as delegates retire to Hanok villas overlooking the East Sea, one envisions Bang and RM sharing a quiet meal. Perhaps bulgogi sizzling under Gyeongju moons, plotting HYBE's next horizon. Metaverse concerts rivaling Coachella, or collabs with APEC startups on AR light sticks that pulse with real-time crowd data. Their day's end feels like a chapter close in an epic, yet brimming with sequels. It's profoundly hopeful, stirring that inner fan's flutter. The belief that when music meets might, the world doesn't just listen, it dances forward. And in this dance, Gyeongju 2025 becomes not just an event, but an emblem of bridges built, businesses bridged, and boundaries forever blurred.